Hi, I'm DebDedrick, certified high performance coach and your expert guide to leading a happy life. Here with episode number 121, how to create a happy life. You know, something I think that we all would like a little more of, a little more happiness, a little more joy, a little more passion in our life. But sadly, when we come into this world, we aren't really educated on how we're going to get there, and maybe to educated on maybe how to become aware of what maybe prevent us from getting there. And so today we're going to get right to a little bit of ways where you can begin to make little changes in your life so you can create a happier life starting today. So I hope this helps you. I think the number one place to start is rec- recognizing that true happiness comes from within yourself, and it it shouldn't be dependent on somebody else. And we're not taught that in most families. We are not taught to base our happiness on becoming self-aware and becoming the best person that we can become. And number one is being happy with yourself. In today's world, I see so much depression, and I see so many people that are constantly yardsticking themselves and comparing themselves to other people, that they never feel satisfied and they never feel like they're good enough. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I literally, whenever I'm out in the world, I have not met one woman yet that has had the ability to not say I'm sorry. And there's very few women and men for that matter that I come across that are really completely happy and completely confident. And they might appear on the outside to be that way, but when you really get to know them, I think happiness is an elusive spot. And happiness doesn't come from material things. It doesn't come from other people. It comes with being satisfied with yourself, no matter where you are in life, no matter what rung on the ladder that you're at. And so number one, becoming happy with yourself and not allowing your happiness to hinge on what other people think, what other people might think is a way to measure happiness, because you'll find the only way that you're ever going to be really happy is contentment in self. Number two, another huge thing that plays a part in a happy life is your physiology. And what's physiology? Well, that's your mind and your body and your mental. How alert are you mentally and physically? All that. It's just like if you have a car. I know you've heard this before, and if you put too much gas, the gas is going to run all over the ground. If you don't put enough gas in your car, your car is going to run out of gas. But if you just fill your gas up just to the fill, then your car runs along just fine. It's the same for your body. If you get enough rest, then your body, you'll have the mental acuity to be able to be present and not feel moody. If you eat the right foods and you eliminate a lot of the processed food and you eliminate a lot of junk and sugar and alcohol and white breads and all those things that taste so good but are so bad for you, you'll find if you eliminate all of those, you'll start to feel a little bit better. If you drink a lot of water, if you drink, and what's a lot of water? You're supposed to drink about, so let's say you weigh 120 pounds, you're supposed to drink about 60 ounces of water, just uh, or maybe even more than that. I think for your protein levels, it's 60 ounces of protein for 120 pounds. But for me, I drink a lot of water, and that keeps me flushed and it keeps me hydrated and it makes me feel energetic. What else? When you don't feel good, if you're moody, if your moods are swinging up and down, you're not going to feel good. If you're overdoing it, if you're overcommitting to other people and you can't say no and you feel exhausted, you're not going to be easy to get along with, and that's not going to create a happy life. Learning how to say no. Number I missed one. Probably the most important was really number two. If you're basing your happiness on what other people can do for you, you're going to be unhappy. If you're creating stories in your mind about what you expect from others and then they don't deliver, then you're unhappy, right? So a key principle to learn to embrace is lower your expectations of others. Don't expect from them to meet your needs. If you have a need and it's not getting met, uh, lower it and get it for yourself. Or if your loved one or partner or business partner is not meeting your needs, then they need to know what your needs are. So that means speaking your truth. I hate that word, but speaking what's in your mind. So that's true happiness comes from within. And then number two, lowering your expectations of others. And then three, taking care of your physiology. Which number four, living a charged life, a high performance life, means trying new things and keeping life interesting and keeping your brain excited about things. Don't you remember when you were young and everything was new and you get those butterflies in your stomach? Creating a happier life is maybe revisiting those moments when you were the happiest and trying to do some of the things that you were doing then. Do them now. Find something that you love. If it's an activity, if it's a group, if it's a hobby, if it's a skill you need to develop, incorporate that into your calendar and do it every day. Develop something new in your life that makes you feel charged. And number five, starting the day being grateful, being thankful that we're here, counting your blessings, focusing on what's good in your life and not what's bad in your life, learning to control your emotions and not being triggered by others. All those things will measure up to creating a happier life and living intentionally every day and being present and being aware of what's going on around you and not being caught up in the mind thoughts that are going on and you're thinking about something else all the time. Maybe you're with your loved one and you're always staring at your phone and you're never listening to what they say. Maybe you're always getting pulled from the present moment into the distraction of your phone where you're looking at social media and you're missing what's most important in life, the present moment with whoever it is that's right in front of you. So if somebody were to ask me who's the most important person in my life, I would say the person standing in front of me right now. They're the most important to me, and it's important to me to make them feel important and for me to be present for them. So all of these things add up to creating a happier life. So I'm going to go back over them. Number one, true and lasting happiness comes from in your heart, and it shouldn't be tied to other people. And having your happiness hinge on what other people think of you is a good way to not be happy and knowing what makes you happy. Number two, lowering your expectations of others. And if they're not meeting what you are expecting, maybe they don't even know what you're expecting. So, and telling them what you'd expect and making it not an order but a conversation where they don't feel like you're telling them what to do. Number three, taking care of your physiology, eating properly, eliminating sugar, alcohol, white starches, breads, pasta, carbs, all those things that pull your energy levels down, drinking more water, eating more protein, getting more sleep, at least 8 hours, getting your day-to-day exercise, your cardio, walking out around and getting fresh air. That'll all make you feel better so you have clarity in your mind and doing less so you're not stressed and feeling overwhelmed and anxious and cranky. And number four, finding something that you really love, maybe revisit when you were younger, something that you used to do, a hobby or a skill that you can restart. Maybe it's getting in a new club or volunteering for a charity, whatever it is that'll excite you and make you feel happy again. Get out there and do that. And number five, start each day living intentionally, being grateful, and being present with whoever it is that's in front of you, not being pulled into distraction or things that really don't matter. When you get to the end of your life and people are going to ask you, or maybe you're thinking about your eulogy, what kind of legacy are you leaving for your family? What kind of time are you investing in your relationships to make them happy? It's my mission as your certified high performance coach and your expert guide to leading a happy life to give you the tools and the tips and the strategies, the shove. As a coach, it's my job to challenge you to go out and try a little harder, be the best version of you so you can have a happy life. If this tip helps you in any way, please share it with your friends. If these tips help you, check out my YouTube channel where I have a wealth of other videos. If you'd like some one-on-one coaching, visit me over on my website. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go out in the world and be a positive role model and influencer for good. And I will see you on the next tip. And you have a great day. Bye. And thank you for